In astrology, we recognize that the moon travels throughout the whole zodiac sign, and specific symptoms have been attributed to each one. The moon switches signs about every 2.5 days. What's the moon's effect on the Earth? The moon's gravity effect on the Earth causes predictable rising sea levels called tides. Also, tides occur in lakes, the atmosphere, and the Earth's crust. More precisely, high tides are when water bulges upward, and low tides are when water drops down. Comparably, the Earth and the human body consist primarily of water, 71%, and up to 60% respectively. Therefore, I believe that there's a chance that we can be feeling the moon's effect even if it's on a smaller scale. If the moon's effect can be predicted, the fourth house in astrology can be regarded as a record of past issues. Let's compare the high tides and low tides as situations where we felt amazed and the times when we felt desperate. Furthermore, it can be applied to anger vs grief, elation vs depression, happy events vs unfortunate conditions, etc. We can follow up on the actions that were taken, we can analyze our intentions. If we were in a reactive state, what were the triggers? Were you being driven by your heart space, or were you driven by lust? Were you pushed by your logic or your hunch? Were you motivated by your dreams or duty? Were you motivated by security or a sense of freedom? On one side, Cancer can be seen as passive energy. It may seem like nothing controls the water's currents, but in reality, wind, density, and water masses caused by temperature and salinity, gravity, and other events are part of the equation. That's why facts and memories do not always coincide. A picturesque moment from a child's perspective can be negated by the parent's true intentions within that period. For example, a child can remember that every weekend spent with one parent vs another was almost like a vacation. There were no established rules, ice cream for dinner, and the time spent at the park was infinite. In reality, that parent could have been dealing with many new beginnings. Divorced and having to run his household independently can be challenging if they often rely on everybody having a fixed role. On the other hand, Cancer can be seen as a defender. The home is supposed to be a fortress, a place of respite. Cancer must remove the apron and wear a suit if anybody or anything threatens the setup. Water has no shape but takes the shape of whatever receptacle you pour it in. Cancer is also referred to as the lioness of the group. She takes care of the cubs and most of the hunting food. This allows the male to patrol, mark and guard the pack's territory. At times it may be difficult to pierce through a Cancer's defense system, but it can be that they're running on survival fuel. Everything they love and care for must be protected at all costs, which may mean that outsiders can be blocked for some time. Since we all have our birthday at random times, let's look at the different fourth house energy. Fire zodiac signs Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that have taken ownership of that house exhibit almost opposite characteristics of the Cancer sign. The home would be a place to show off their status. Items and furniture would be added to the decor just for beauty, or to be the first to get the latest gadget. On the other hand, these folks would find pride in creating their household objects. For some, comfort wouldn't be the priority, but the primary mode of operation would be the inspiration. Masculine energy or persona will significantly influence the environment one way or another. These individuals will need to release a lot of pent-up anger and sexual energy, so a physical outlet is a must. A home is a place where they can indeed be themselves. If anything gets in the way, they or someone else has to go. The midlife crisis can become an issue.